Hi everyone, it's Brooklyn. We're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 6, episode 20, The Man Who Could Be King. If you're new here, I do a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. So where to even begin? Because this is, I don't know if I put it as the worst episode this season on my list, but it probably is. So Castiel was narrating this episode. Who asked for that? And it's something where it's I don't know if they're wow, this could be something cool to do to have Cass narrate an episode. And I do think it's cool to do, but it could have been him on a hunt with Sam and Dean and his perspective of things. I think that could have been fun. But it's this. I've talked about a lot how this season's heavily monsters or angels, and the monster stuff, it's in the end it's not too bad, but when you have so many episodes about monsters in a row and they make this big deal about monsters, it just doesn't feel right. And the angel stuff, it's we don't even understand it, we don't even really even care about it, it's just there, and it's something where it's you kind of just don't pay attention, you just lose yourself a little bit kind of watching it. You kind of, I'm gonna say with this episode, I feel I kind of blacked out watching this episode because I just did not pay attention. So this episode was heavily so serialized. I have never seen an episode so serialized before. I was what is happening? And it was going back and forth between different times, which I was also so confused about. And maybe it said it on the screen, but I was just confused because I was also not fully paying attention because I didn't want to, because of the episode just lost me and I was blacking out. But this episode was all about the backstory of the angels and why Castiel, I think, was doing this war and all the stuff with the war, and I think the boys, and it's something where he was don't kill them, so he was technically trying to save them. But then we also saw some flashback scenes from the season, and it's scenes that we don't I'm trying to think, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's some scenes we don't like, some are actually good, but I feel it was moments where it's things about the angels that we don't like. And so this episode was just so about angels, and then Cash is randomly narrating, and it just loses yourself. It's what? I will say this till I die, or not die, whatever, but the writers this season just really didn't know what they were doing. I don't get it. No wonder I remember the season being bad, and a lot of other people too. It's because the last few episodes are trash. You get episodes like this, and it's something where Castiel has so many fans, right? And such a big fan base. And I don't know if at the time in season 6, if he had as big of a fan base, whatever. I mean, he probably had at least some kind, because they kept him on the show and people liked him and whatever. So you would think that an episode where he's narrating and it's kind of centered about him and he's trying to fight back could be a good episode, right? But it's not. And again, it would have been cool to have Castiel narrate on a hunt or something, and I don't think that's ever happened. I also don't think we ever had 17 narrate a hunt, which could have been a good episode. I don't know why the writers never did that or something. Or maybe something where it's everyone can hear their inner thoughts. Was that ever an episode? That could have been, sounds like that could have been a Supernatural episode, but I don't remember that ever happening, but maybe it did. Watch it happen in season 4 and I already forgot it. So I don't know what else to say, because I also, as I said, was blacking out. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what happened, and I don't know, maybe what if it was a good episode, and I just really don't know, because it just it's I'm what's the point of watching this episode? There's no point. It's no point of this episode. What is happening? So I'm gonna hear, because I'm trash talking Supernatural a lot right now, but I think it's important to critique things, and even if it's something you love, to be honest and criticeful. And I don't want to shy away about my critiques, and this is honestly how I feel, and I feel other people probably feel the same. And if you don't feel this way, please comment below. If you're a writer, especially if you wrote this episode and you're watching this video, I apologize, but please comment below, what were you thinking at the time? If you guys just didn't know what you were doing at the end of season 6, you kind of had season 7 set up and you were okay, we need to figure out how to get there, and so maybe it just wasn't working that well. I don't know, just comment below. But no one comments on my videos. Once in a while I'll get one comment, once a month I'll get a comment. I do post 3 videos a week. I post 3 videos a week. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe, and bye.